Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
From GBN, this is Network News for Tuesday, August 29, 2023. In the headlines, a conclusion to the Kimpton-Koanabe saga may be on the horizon. Wage Advisory Committee recommends several minimum wage increases. Also in the news, International Organization for Migration signs cooperation agreement to establish Caribbean office in Barbados. Internationally, Donald Trump's trial date set. Plus, in the sports news, Anderson Peters shifts attention to Pan Am Games. Hello, everyone. I'm Kenroy Batiste.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The Kimpton-Koanabe saga between Grenada and the investor may soon be resolved, according to Minister for Labour Claudette Joseph. Renapet Thomas reports.
Providing an update on the Kimpton-Koanabe project, Minister for Labour Claudette Joseph said the government and the project investor would come to a final solution by the end of this week.
We are happy to report to the nation and to this honorable house that we have essentially reached a settlement. We have reached an agreement with the Koanabe principals that will be consummated during the course of this week, before this week is up. The agreement will be consummated. And that agreement will, again, see the Koanabe property, just over 5 acres of land on the far end of Granada's Beach, again coming back to the people of Grenada. We will once more own that property.
The resort was due to open in late 2021 as part of the Intercontinental Hotels Group. True Blue Development, whose principal is Warren Newfield, filed a complaint with the International Center for the Settlement of Investment, claiming that the nearly finished luxury condo resort has been targeted by government to squeeze the project into failure. Attorney for True Blue Development, Mark Zamot, claimed that the Grenadian government, within a short span of 4 months, began restricting the U.S. $99 million budget for the Kimpton-Koanabe resort.
The government cut off funding over 3 steps starting in December of 2020. And it did it based upon changing the conditions for the project that had been in place since 2017. And what we have requested from ICSID, which is the World Bank Arbitration Forum, is damages. We haven't stated an amount, but basically, we're talking about tens of millions of dollars.
The minister who was speaking in the upper house of Parliament on Tuesday said monies requested in the supplementary budget for her ministry will be used to settle the issue.
So, there will be a sum out of the 60 million allocated to settling the arbitration before ICSID. So the ICSID arbitration will be settled and the property will be transferred back to the people of Grenada.
The minister said the property will be returned to the people of Grenada due to the freeholding agreement made by the previous administration. She explained that the transfer of that agreement was one of the many bad deals made by the previous administration.
The government transferred the freehold to True Blue Bay, which is a property owned by Mr. Newfield. And in transferring, again, nothing went into our treasury at the time of the freehold transfer. In rare terms, because what happened, there was a conveyance and a mortgage. Essentially, government loaned the True Blue company money to buy the property from us. So government advanced them the money, they take the same money from us, and then they bought the property from us.
The Washington-based ICSID is an arm of the World Bank devoted to resolving international investment disputes against sovereign states. GBN contacted one of the men behind the hotel project, Warren Newfield, for a response to this development. He told GBN, and I quote, "Unfortunately, I cannot comment on the ongoing discussion with the government." For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network is following reports that the chairman of Grenada Electricity Services, Ben Brathwaite, has resigned. The New Today broke the story this evening. A senior official of the company confirmed the news to GBN. The reason for his resignation was not disclosed by the official. GBN continues to follow this developing story and will bring you an update as information becomes available. Well, several wage increases have been recommended for minimum wage workers across various sectors. The figures were part of the final report presented to the Cabinet by the Wage Advisory Committee. More in this Rena Thomas report.
The Wage Advisory Committee has completed its consultation process and has issued its final report to the Cabinet. The consultations held by the committee over many weeks gathered public input on issues related to the general minimum wage, as well as reviewed the processes and procedures to improve the work permit unit of the Ministry of Labour, among others. According to Minister for Labour, Claudette Joseph, part of the report outlines several recommended wage increase for minimum wage workers across various sectors.
So we have, for example, machine operators, cutters, mechanics, cleaners. Cutters adjustment from $60 a day, that's currently obtains to $85. Machine operators from $85 to $100. Cleaners from $35 a day to $60 a day. Clerical workers from $700 a month to $1,200 a month. Security guards, I said, from $8 to $9.25. Domestic workers from $725 a month to $1,200 a month.
Recommendations made for caregivers and agricultural workers and construction workers will see an almost 100% increase in wages.
Caregivers workers, persons caring for the elderly, and early childhood workers from 700 to 1,400. So here you have 100%, a recommended 100% increase. And persons in bakeries from $240 a week to $375 a week. Wrappers and packers from $170 to $275. Agricultural workers $6.50 an hour to $12 an hour. And then construction workers, all of them having quite reasonable increases. We have two categories under construction workers that were not previously included in the minimum wages order. That would be the laborer and the helper. Recommendation there, $65 and $60 per day, respectively.
Updating the Upper House of Parliament today, Minister Joseph said for the first time call center operators and media workers will be included in the minimum wage review. She pointed out other recommended wage increases by the committee.
Bus drivers and conductors for drivers from 60 a day to 80 a day. Bus conductors from 35 a day to 60 a day. Helpers, utility workers, across the board $1,400. The proposal is to have a standard wage across the state with no distinction in persons working in St. George's who now will earn more than those working in, say, St. Patrick in the hospitality industry. So this is a new concept where we have the equality in terms of wages across gender and local.
The Wage Advisory Committee is expected to start a new round of consultation in September. January 2024 is the timeline being used for the rollout for new minimum wage across some working groups in Grenada, Carriacou, and Deputy Martinique. For GBN News, I am Rina Thomas reporting.
A second government minister is refuting claims that plans are afoot to modify the school curriculum to cater to the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer LGBTQ community. Coming off the heels of Youth Minister Ron Redhead saying the government has no such intention, the Education Minister says there are no plans to change the health and family life education curriculum in schools. Renaped Thomas has another report.
I want to make it categorically clear to this honorable House that the Ministry of Education, the government, we have no plan to change the curriculum, neither to introduce any, but I don't even know what the LGBTQ curriculum is, but that I'm struggling with that. But we have no plan to introduce any such curriculum, and there is no plan to change the law, the legislation, contrary to what is being bantered about.
That was Minister for Education David Andrew as he, for the first time, refuted all claims that his ministry is planning to incorporate an LGBTQ syllabus as part of the health and family life education teaching in schools. The minister, who was speaking in the Upper House on Tuesday, stated that the HFLE curriculum is the same that was adopted in 2009. He further stated that an international guide Grenada signed on to in 2018, which focuses on comprehensive sexuality education that teachers were trained in, may have created a misinterpretation.
This document was first published 2009. Grenada signed on to this in 2018. This document focuses comprehensive sexuality education, CSE. Grenada signed on to this document under the stewardship of the former administration. Teachers and guidance counselors were trained in 2019. This is not a curriculum. It's a guidance. It's an international guidance. And if you browse the document, you recognize that it has to be tailored and adapted to suit the culture and the values of the various international communities that you might choose to use it or apply it to. There is no exception for Grenada.
Minister Andrew explained that when the international guide was first introduced in Grenada, there was some concerns expressed by religious leaders, and he, as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education at the time, eased their concerns by educating them on the guide.
I have no real concerns about this, because at the end of the day, it's Grenadians who have a certain value system that are going to be required to pull from this document and apply, if they so choose, in the context of Grenadian values, Grenadian culture. But I want to say, we have an aversion for sexuality, Madam President, that we need to look at, because that's where the scare is coming. Because all those things are right around us, in the news, in the cartoons, in the advertisements, they're everywhere. If we pretend that they don't exist and put our heads in the sand like ostriches and pretend that it doesn't exist around us and tell education to shut up and tell the church to shut up, who informs our children about the right values? Who informs them about how to make the right choices?
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This is Network News, live from the Grenadian capital, still to come from us. 2011 new CBI citizens recorded in the first half of 2023. Stay with us.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it. Accessed using your debit card and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Paying is faster and easier with Glow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
The Grenada Dental Association, with support from the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Great Shape Inc., Spice Isle Smiles Foundation, and Sandals Foundation, present Seal Grenada, sealing children's permanent teeth between the ages of 6 to 18, from August the 28th to September the 1st, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily at the current government school in St. David. For more information, call 421-6021. Seal today. Prevent decay tomorrow.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Get ready for the ultimate football showdown as Grenada takes on Suriname in the much-anticipated CONCACAF Nations League. Join the excitement on Friday, September 8th at the Kenroy James Athletics Stadium. Secure your pavilion seats at just $30 or secondary stands for $20. School students, grab your seats in the secondary stand for $10. And remember, kids under 12 are absolutely free. Tickets available from Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, Heather's Boutique, Shy's Bar, Victoria, Kelly's Hotspot, Guav, Calico Shopping Center, Sates, and GoToVet.com. Come see Grenada battle. Be there to witness history. Friday, September 8th at 7 p.m. Kenroy James Athletics Stadium. Be part of the action. Be part of the pride.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back at Television Center. In the first half of 2023, Grenada welcomed 2,011 new citizens through its Citizenship by Investment CBI program. Now, this significant number reflects the increase in popularity and attractiveness of Grenada as a destination jurisdiction for individuals seeking to obtain citizenship through investment. According to the latest public data from the Finance Ministry, there were 980 new approvals in the first quarter, January to March, and 1,011 approvals in the second quarter, April to June. The CBI program offers foreign investors the opportunity to acquire citizenship by making a qualifying investment in the country. Grenada's CBI program provides several investment options, including real estate, government bonds, and donations to the National Transformation Fund. These investment avenues allow applicants to contribute to Grenada's economy while securing their future as citizens of the country. Other news, a former disaster coordinator at the National Disaster Management Agency says a number of repercussions can stem from the prolonged heat wave. Beverly Telesford tells us more.
On Monday, Grenada experienced the fifth day of a heat wave, and in a statement, the Meteorological Office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport said models continued to indicate light winds, relatively high temperatures, and low rainfall. Although temperatures improved on Tuesday, with significant rainfall recorded, former disaster coordinator at the National Disaster Management Agency, Sylvan McIntyre, said the heat wave could have dire consequences on the health of Grenadians if proper precautionary measures were not taken.
So we want to stay home first a little bit in terms of the heat index that we've been experiencing. Yep. The Meteorological Office did put out an advisory indicating that we were going to have beyond the average type of heat around this time. And as a result of that, consequently, we've had some people that may have been having some effects. People who have not hydrated themselves properly, and as a result may have become dehydrated to an extent where it begin to have negative implications.
Notwithstanding the health concerns, McIntyre said the extreme heat can have some implications on the weather, especially during the active Atlantic hurricane season.
As we look regionally and internationally, we've had some impact of not necessarily the tropical cyclones, but we've had those waves and so on. Some of them did become cyclones in the northern Atlantic, and so they've not made significant landfall, but they've had the effect. We've had Haiti, Jamaica, and a few places having excessive rain. What was forecasted there was the cyclones that were approaching these islands were likely to become hurricanes. Unfortunately, again, you have factors within the atmosphere that would have contributed to these situations becoming less in terms of the impact and the force of winds which impacted.
On Monday, the Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum, CARICOF, said sea temperatures are likely to remain well above average for the next 3 months, further increasing heat stress in the Caribbean region. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Power tillers and water pumps were distributed to over 150 farmers in the western, northern, southern, and eastern districts. More details in this report.
Made possible through Caritas Internationalis, a global coalition of more than 160 Catholic relief, development, and social service organizations, the Ministry of Agriculture, Land, Fisheries, and Cooperative distributed the tools to 152 farmers and farming groups across the country. The distribution ceremony was held at the Chinese Mission headquarters at La Sagesse St. David last Friday. The equipment comprises power tillers and water pumps, making a significant leap towards more convenient and productive farming practices. To help ensure the optimal performance of the donated tools, farmers were given a crash course on the proper assembly, operation, and maintenance of the power tiller. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Aaron Francois, said this initiative seeks to inspire farmers to increase their output by replacing labor-intensive methods with modern technology.
As we support you, you have to support the country. We have to come together and produce more food in Grenada. And it is not that we cannot produce more, you know. We could produce more. We have a lot of land that is not, that is currently abandoned. You go across the country, a lot of land that is, you know, not under production. We need to bring back those lands into production. Even though those pumps and those power tillers today is part of the process of helping you, giving you the means to produce more.
Acting Chief Extension Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture is Lawrence St. Louis.
And you are the vanguards of the people who are standing in the way of us being from starvation and having food. And having nutritious food is something that we will always need, regardless of the situation, regardless of the advances in technology, regardless of everything else. We will always need food, and that means we will always need our farmers. And so the Ministry of Agriculture is very, very excited and very, very happy to be able to assist you and to incentivize you in this manner so that your production will be much easier.
The power tillers and water pumps were distributed among farmers in all 4 extension districts. Some of the equipment were assigned to individual farmers, while others who work in the same area are required to share. Christina John, GBN News.
Another beautiful addition to the flora grown locally. Let's look at the beauty on the other side of this evening's GBN Eyesore Lens. Stay with us.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision. Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Locally grown desert rose captures the attention of our citizen journalists on tonight's GBN Eyesore. The desert rose, Adenium obesum, is a slow-growing plant, only growing about 12 inches per year. It is often used as a potted plant due to its thick circular trunk, thin and delicate leaves, and luscious, deep pink trumpeting flowers. While one might be tempted to bring this beauty home, you might have to rethink it if you have small children or pets in your house, since they're poisonous plants. The desert rose is included in the list of plants considered dangerously toxic to humans, dogs, cats, and horses. The plant is known to contain potent toxins, which, if ingested in large amounts, can turn out to be lethal. It is a native to Africa, the Middle East, and Madagascar. We thank our citizen journalists for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
This is Network News. Still ahead in the newscast, we'll tell you about the new establishment of an entrepreneur along the Calavini Main Road.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more. Or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Hello again. With the coming on stream of Pharmacon, a pharmacy and supermarket, residents of Calavini, St. George and surrounding communities now have another shopping option, as well as access to medical supplies and pharmaceuticals. It's the report.
With the coming on stream of Pharmacon, a pharmacy and supermarket, residents of Calavini, St. George and surrounding communities now have another shopping option and accessing medical supplies and pharmaceuticals. The outlet, located on the Calavini Main Road, officially opened its doors to the public on Sunday, August 27th. Citing the need for the services provided, one of Pharmacon's owners and directors, Edwin Francis, explains the concept of the new business and what is being offered to members of the public.
Basically saw a need in the community. There was a void for a convenient pharmacy and convenience store. Hence, we decided to come together, collaborate, and pool our resources together to form Pharmacon Limited, which is short for pharmacy and convenience, right? The word Pharmacon also means drug, and that ties back into the pharmacy aspect of it. However, during our setup period and getting feedback from the community, which we highly value, persons were asking for a full-fledged supermarket. And because we valued their feedback and we look forward to the support, we decided that we would do a full-fledged supermarket and pharmacy. So today, the supermarket is actually open and fully functioning. We are still in the setup phase for the pharmacy, and that will be available in the upcoming weeks.
Francis assured the public that they will operate extended hours to accommodate late-night shoppers. He notes, too, that local farmers now have an additional avenue to sell some of their produce.
Famacon Limited, we pride ourselves on service, right? And for example, we get our produce from the local farmers. We get fresh eggs from the local farmers around. We get fresh ground provision from the farmers around. We also have a deli, and all of the products are provided by other small businesses. So we are here not just to help ourselves, but to help the community and to help grow the community. We would set ourselves apart from the others because we want to provide convenience, and as stated earlier, we basically want to operate daily, and that's every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and even on weekends we'll go as late as 11 p.m. based on the demand.
Francis said their intent is to make Famacon a one-stop shop for customers, as other elements will be added.
In addition to the supermarket items, we also want to have other like automotive items, plumbing, electrical. So basically it's a one-stop shop. When you visit Famacon, you can get your groceries, you can get your other necessities, you can get your household items, and of course, coming soon, you can get your medication, your pharmaceuticals. So basically it's a one-stop shop for everything, and we encourage everyone to come and support us.
Kristalina John, GBN News.
We'll be right back.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I'm here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Sporting fans, good evening. Grenada's world champion javelin thrower Anderson Peters will represent the island at the Santiago 2023 Pan American Games in October. Peters is a gold medalist at the Lima 2019 Pan American Games, where he set a new games record of 87.31 meters. The 25-year-old has been competing on the world's biggest stages for more than 10 years. Anderson Peters is now ready to defend his throne at the Pan American Games and compete at Santiago 2023 against the best athletes in the Americas. He said, quote, I'm expecting to be over 90 meters at the Pan Am Games. I think the people of Santiago would love to see the javelin go extremely far. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope to get even closer to the world record and defend my world championship title, defend my Pan Am Games title, and hopefully become the Olympic champion for 2024 in Paris, unquote. The Santiago 2023 Pan American Games will run from October 20 to November 6. New Zealand spinner Fran Jonas, 19, is one of the rising talents in women's cricket. Jonas will be suiting up for the Trinbago Knight Riders at the 2023 Massey Women's Caribbean Premier League, which is scheduled to bowl off in Barbados on Thursday. The left-arm orthodox bowler made her one-day international debut in February 2021 and began her international T20 career against South Africa in July 2022. At age 17, Jonas was selected to New Zealand's squad for the 2022 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup. Trinbago Knight Riders fans will be hoping Jonas's magic with the ball can spin Trinbago Knight Riders to their second straight Women's Caribbean Premier League crown. All right, this story to report. Puerto Rico, the winners of the 2023 Caribbean Football Union's Under-14 Challenge Series after a 5-0 win over Aruba in Sunday's final. The rest of the details in this report.
Aruba advanced on penalties from their match against Trinidad and Tobago Under-14 women's national team in their semi, but couldn't get past the Young Blue Hurricanes. TNT and Aruba were locked at 0-0 at the end of their semi-final, but the Arubans had better luck from the 12 yards and took the last remaining final spot against the dominant Puerto Rico girls. TNT acquitted themselves well in Group A, beating Jamaica 2-1 in their second match to recover from a 5-0 defeat to the eventual tournament winners.
Sticking with the national setup, Trinidad and Tobago's under-17 women remained perfect with a 4-0 over the Cayman Islands. TNT opened their tournament with a 5-0 win over Curacao, courtesy 4 from Jalisha Alexander, scored in the 4th, 17th, 32nd and 47th, and a further item from Nikita Gosain. They came up against the team bottom of Group A earlier today and put on an encore performance to set up a do-or-die final match against leaders El Salvador, who topped the group on a superior goal difference. El Salvador top of Group A after their 12-0 demolition of the Cayman Islands on match day 1 play Curacao at 7 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time.
All right, this is the story to report. Spain's football governing body has asked its president to resign as prosecutors launch a sexual assault investigation. And the storm surrounding his kissing of player Jenny Hermoso intensifies.
In Madrid, hundreds of protesters gathered to support Jenny Hermoso and call on Spain's football chief to resign.
It's just so disappointing. We cannot express our joy as women without having some man interrupt it and spoil it and take it for his own.
This is what they're protesting against. Rubiales says the kiss was consensual. Hermoso describes it as an aggression. Spain's top criminal court is now investigating whether it was sexual assault. After a 6-hour emergency meeting, the Football Federation told the president he should quit.
We've written a release where we clearly state everything we want and everything we're going to do.
The government and the players' union say that's not enough, that football needs an overhaul.
There has to be a profound renewal of the sporting structure in our country. In other words, it is clear that what we are experiencing is not normal.
Supporters of Rubiales held their own protest outside a church, where his mother started a hunger strike to highlight what she called the inhumane treatment of her son.
It's normal for a mother as faithful as she is to ask God for help. A point comes when you're overtaken with desperation and you don't know where else to look.
But it seems Rubiales' days in charge are numbered, and that the supporters of Jenny Hermoso will soon get what they want.
Sports news for now. The path has been cleared for the United Nations International Organization for Migration to establish a country and Caribbean office in Barbados. Barbados' Foreign Affairs Minister Kerry Simmons and the IOM's Regional Director Michelle Klein-Solomon signed a deal at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Minister Simmons welcomed the presence of yet another UN organization in the country.
Barbados therefore reiterates the importance of the presence and work of the IOM country office in the Caribbean, and we applaud its work through regional efforts to provide a coordinated and comprehensive response to all migrants, refugees, returnees, asylum seekers, and stateless persons. Finally, we pledge to contribute to the discussion that advances the vision set forth in the Global Compact on Refugees and the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly, and Regular Migration, which is anchored in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development.
Meanwhile, IOM's regional director spoke about the priorities of the office.
Barbados will not only host our country office, but also a critical part of our coordination office for the Caribbean. And our Caribbean coordinator, as I mentioned, Patrice Quesada, will be double-hatted. Chief of Mission here for IOM in Barbados, but also our Caribbean coordinator. And that was a decision. He will be arriving next week, and we'll look forward to him coming to present his credentials to you at the earliest possible available moment. He will be working together with a team of experts. We plan to bring 8 people here as a starting point in different fields of migration governance, everything related to climate change and the mobility of people, to disaster risk reduction and preparedness, to labor mobility, to diaspora engagement, and of course, as you said, rightly, Minister, working against the criminal aspect.
All right, let's cross to Trinidad and Tobago for the time being because food inflation there decreased from a high of 17.3% in January 2023 to 10.1% in June. We get more in this TTT News Report.
The latest economic bulletin from the central bank said slower retail price movements in several major categories of food underpinned the deceleration, which included bread from 19.8% to 15.3% and vegetables from 28.1% to 17.5%. Overall, the central bank noted that headline inflation decelerated from 8.3% in January to 5.8% in June, averaging 6.8% over the 6-month period. This, it said, was mainly due to slower price increases in both food and core inflation. Meanwhile, it said the latest data from the CSO indicates that the unemployment rate fell in the first quarter of 2023, measuring 4.9%, which was slightly lower than the 5.1% recorded a year earlier. The number of people with jobs decreased by 8,100 persons year on year, while the number of unemployed persons fell by 1,600.
Further field, March 4, 2024 is the date set by a federal judge in the United States for the trial of former President Donald Trump's federal election interference case. Meanwhile, Trump's former chief of staff has made the case to move his election interference case to federal court. More in this report.
Former President Trump is slamming the federal judge who has now set a date in March for Trump's first trial over his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The trial date is in the heart of the 2024 presidential campaign, March 4th, one day before the Super Tuesday primaries. On social media, Trump blasted the decision by what he called a biased, Trump-hating judge. Trump's team had asked for a trial date 2 years later in 2026, but prosecutors argued a speedy trial is needed to prevent the jury pool from being tainted.
How are you feeling today, Mr. Meadows?
Meanwhile, in Georgia, Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, is now waiting for a judge to rule on his request to move his election interference trial to federal court, where a jury could be more favorable. During 3 hours of testimony yesterday, Meadows insisted his actions in Georgia after the 2020 election fell under the scope of his role as chief of staff.
Mr. President, everybody is on the line, and just so this is Mark Meadows, the chief of staff.
That includes arranging this phone call for Trump with Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000
1,000 votes. Give me a break.
Prosecutors question whether Meadows had a reason for arranging the call other than for Trump's re-election campaign, arguing federal employees are not supposed to engage in political activity. And as we wait for the judge to rule on Meadows' request, he and the other 18 co-defendants, including former President Trump, are facing an arraignment date of September 6th, 1 week from tomorrow.
We'll remind you of the headlines in a moment. This is GBN. A reminder of the headlines. A conclusion to the Kimpton-Kawana saga may be on the horizon. Wage Advisory Committee recommends several minimum wage increases. Also in the news, regionally, International Organization for Migration signs cooperation agreements to establish Caribbean office in Barbados. Internationally, Donald Trump's trial date set. Plus, in the sports news, Anderson Peters shifts attention to Pan Am Games in October. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy. That's all from us in the newsroom. Have a good night. See you soon.